because moments from now, Joe Biden will take oath as the 46th President of the United States. Mr. Biden will be administered his oath of office by the U.S. Chief Justice at the western front of the U.S. Capitol, in the same spot which witnessed violence by Donald Trump's supporters exactly 2 weeks ago. Besides Mr. Biden, Kamala Harris will be sworn in as the first woman and also of Indian American origin Vice President of the United States. After the oath ceremony, Mr. Biden will deliver his inaugural address at around 10:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Remember, those are live pictures now coming in from the United States where Mr. Biden, who will also become the oldest president of the United States, he turned 78 in November, there he is with his wife and family, and Kamala Harris as well. Remember, the ceremonies have been scaled down because of the COVID pandemic. The number of people expected are much less than they normally would be for an inauguration. About 1,000 supporters in all are expected to be there, and a very small number of people are part of the VVIP entourage who will be part of this inaugural ceremony. Let's first get reactions from the United States. I'm joined by Kathrine Gypson, correspondent at the Voice of America. Also joining me is Aviruk Sen, who's been tracking this election in the United States. Craig Kafura, Assistant Director, Public Opinion and Foreign Policy at the Chicago Council on Global Affairs at Columbia University, is also with us. And Daniel Benjamin, President, American Academy, is with us. Thank you all very much for joining me at this moment. Kathrine, let's get first your comments on what to expect, Kathrine. A scaled-down ceremony is what we are being told at the moment.
Absolutely, and I've already seen that when I was coming in this morning. It looks very different than the other presidential inaugurations I've covered. Usually the National Mall here in Washington, D.C. is teeming with tens of thousands of people. There's always a very festive atmosphere. That is not happening today. It's a very somber atmosphere. We know that there are thousands of flags on the National Mall representing the people in all of the United States who will not be able to be here because of the coronavirus pandemic. And as you can see behind me, it's a much scaled down audience on the steps of the U.S. Capitol who will actually be there to witness President-elect Biden taking the oath of office this time around. We also know that the previous president will not be there to hand over the reins of power. We watched President Trump depart in the Marine One helicopter just a few hours ago. He will not be there, but Vice President Pence will accompany then President Biden through some of the inauguration festivities. But there's not a sense that there's a transfer of power in the way there has been in previous presidential inaugurations. That will be a little bit different. We'll still have celebrations. We'll still have entertainers singing. We'll have a virtual celebration this evening, but very much scaled down in the sense of the times.
So just give us a sense, though, Kathrine, what to expect over the next couple of hours. The president gets inauguration is about the formal inauguration about just over an hour from now. Will that then be followed by virtual celebrations? Some of the singers, I'm told, or some of the television acts will be virtually?
Yes, exactly. So the very first major event we'll see is in about an hour when Vice President-elect Kamala Harris is sworn into office, followed shortly after by the oath of office for President-elect Biden. Then we can expect to hear about a 20 to 25-minute speech, we're being told, in which the president will talk about national unity, really emphasizing those themes after the riot we saw at the U.S. Capitol just 2 weeks ago. Then we'll have a virtual parade and then a virtual musical entertainment celebration this evening hosted by some of the top entertainers here in the United States. So it is something that everyone in the United States will be able to join in, but it'll be joining in virtually.
Very interesting. That's what COVID times does. Craig Kafura, is that the only break with the past that you see? You've got the president who's departed, Donald Trump, choosing not to attend the ceremony. We're told only Vice President Mike Pence